Well, welcome back to another land navigation video. Now then, grid references. So I'm doing another video on grid references. Now a grid reference is an exact spot on a map, and they're normally a six-figure, two letters and six figures, but they can be 8 figures, but in general 6-figure grid reference is enough. Now, just depending on your compass, to take a grid reference, I would recommend using a Roma scale. I'll show you with the white background there. You can see it on the compass. It just takes the guesswork out of it. You can guesstimate it, but if you use a Roma, it's more accurate. It's the 125 scale, 150 scale. Like I say, on some compasses they have Roma scales on them, and if it hasn't, then I would seriously suggest getting yourself a Roma. You can get them like that, just a separate Roma with the scales that you need on it. But for this video, I'm going to show you how to use it's called a map reference tool, and I'll show you how it works now. So, right, I want to take, if I zoom in, just bear with me. Right, what I want to do, there's a trig point there. Hopefully you can see that if I've zoomed in. Yeah, it should be okay. Just hang on a second. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, there's a trig point there on Foel Gasydd, and yes, I am in North Wales. So that's a trig point there on top of Foel Gasydd, and I want to take the reference, a map reference of that trig point there. So first thing I would do, I would look at what map I'm using. Maps are all has got a sheet number, and this particular map is SJ. So what I first do for my 6-figure grid reference, I'm going to do here is write SJ. Okay, stick my paper to one side, and then I'd look at, so there's me trig point on Foel Gasydd. And I'd look at what square it's in. So this is the square it's in. That's the square kilometre that it's in. Okay. So now then, I look at this easting line and this northing line. Eastings run across the map, easting, and northings run up the map. Eastings always quoted before northings. An easy way to remember it is, in the alphabet, E comes before N. So an easting is quoted before a northing. So there's me L. There's me trig point that I want to take the map reference. So I'd take the easting first. So when I'm looking there, and that is 02. I've wrote it on the map just for demonstration purposes, but all the eastings and northings, they're all numbered. So 02, like I say, 02 on my bit of paper, and then I leave a gap because, like I say, I'm going to take a 6-figure grid reference. So there's me square, there's me L. I've taken me easting, so there's me northing. I got to jot down. Hang on, there's me map moved. Just don't bear with me. I'll just zoom out a fraction. So there's me northing. So I leave a gap. And I write 62. 62. So now, just bear with me, I'll just knock my camera down a fraction because I'm moving the map and it's going out of shot slightly. So there's a 4-figure grid reference. So it's SJ, that's my map. So it's 0262. So 0262. So that's a 4-figure grid reference for this square. Okay, but I want that trig point there. So that's that's why I left a gap there and a gap there. So now I get me grid reference tool out, and as you can see, it's scaled for 125 and 150, but I'm using a 125 map. So there's my square. Put me grid reference tool over the square. Like that, and then I look, at which square that trig point is in. Hang on, get it, yeah. So the trig point is there. It's in that square there. So remember, eastings before northings. So I read across, it's in that square there, 0, 1, 2. So it's 0, 1, 2. So after the 2, which is the easting, I write 2 because it's in square 2. But bear with me, it's a crease on the map there. So like I say, now I need my northing. So I do the same again, put my grid reference tool on the square, and the trig point is in that square there. So there's my northings running up, and my trig point is in that square, so it's 0, 1, 2. So after my northing, zoom out a bit now, I write 2. So that's it, and that's my 6-figure grid reference. SJ022 622 is the map grid reference for that trig point on Foiled Gases. Now then, if I was going to use a map Roma, it would be the same again. Got me easting, got me northing. I'd take me Roma, corner of me Roma, onto the trig point there, and then I just, bear with me, and I just read from easting 0, 2, 2, and then the northing 6, 2, 2, and that's my grid reference. SJ022 622. So that's it. So that's how to use well, you can, like I say, just depends on your compass. You can have Roma scales on your compass, or if you haven't, get yourself a Roma, or if not, get yourself one of these things, grid reference tool.